Some neighbors living in the urban growth boundary in Springfield say they'll continue fighting even after a long empty field was approved for annexation, clearing the way for a possible new housing development. Last night, city councilors voted to allow the annexation, leaving neighbors shocked and frustrated with the decision. KEZI 9 News reporter Noah Chavez spoke with neighbors who say they feel underrepresented.
Well, yes, we don't look forward to that. And then the finished product we look forward to even less.
Neighbors living along Pheasant Boulevard and Raleighwood Avenue say they're surprised and upset following the Springfield City Council's 6-0 vote to annex an empty lot that divides the two streets, opening the possibility of a future housing development.
I mean, disappointment, feeling like we're not represented in this conversation, and it is extremely development friendly.
At Monday's meeting, those neighbors raised concerns and troubling situations they feel a new housing development would bring. For example, just how narrow the lot is, conflicts with the already established neighborhood roads. Then there's concerns over a 100-year-old train line neighbors say is still hiding beneath the soil.
The main thing that I wanted to speak about was the contamination in the soil that has not yet been tested. There were assertions in the packet that they believe that there will be no environmental contaminants. That is based on no testing. That's just based on the fact that there is no record.
Given the testimony, this is not just a case where, oh, we didn't hear from anybody, so they just move ahead with whatever design they see fit. I suspect they will be taking all of the testimony into consideration.
The city assures that the comments made by the residents have been taken into account and shared with the landowner and developer. But neighbors say they don't feel their concerns were ever properly addressed before the decision to annex the property was made.
Obviously, they have voiced their concerns wholly against it. But as we get an application for development, that is something that we will consider their testimony as well. Here's everything that was said during that testimony.
There was a discussion last meeting that the neighborhood can be involved in the discussion of the development, assuming that the annexation went through, which it did. And ultimately, we found out last night that that will likely not happen. We will not be a part of the conversation, and there is no requirement that we be a part of the conversation.
The neighbors I spoke with all shared an agreement that they felt that they had little to no representation throughout the annexation process. They say that with this decision, it sets a dangerous precedent when it comes to the city and the urban growth boundary.
And even if it's all done by the book, it's a huge gap for residents of the urban growth boundary that we don't have a seat at the table, and none of our elected representatives are making this decision.
The city must now wait and see what type of proposal the lot owner and developer will bring in for approval, as neighbors continue to question why such a development should go feet from their backyard.
We feel it's such an unsatisfactory location for the plans that we've been advised of.
Reporting in Springfield, Noah Chavez, KEZI 9 News.